Dan Ige, 50K, great nickname by the way. He's 17-7, 2-3 in his last five. He's coming off of that kind of grapple fuck from Bryce Mitchell. Fighting against Andre Touchy Fili. That's a better nickname actually. It's 23-10. He is 2-1 in his last five, and he's coming off of that victory over Lucas Almeida. And the odds for this fight right now, Dan Ige is a minus 163, opened up at a minus 150. So not too much movement either way. Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, I actually have a side on this fight. I'm pretty confident in it. So Dan Ige is a solid all-around fighter that excels in stand and bang situations. He has legit power, like KO power at 145. I think that he works all three levels with his strikes, likes to rip shots to the body, nice leg kick. He also has great durability. He's never been KO'd before. Dan Ige is also, I think he's a decent grappler. You know, when he gets taken down, he does try to work his way back up. However, he can be stuck on the bottom by good grapplers who favor position over submission. I mean, just look at some of his kind of losses and wins, right? This guy has been held down before. So, but he's never finished. So that's a good sign. I think that he, in this fight against Touchy Feely, who's a good brawler, he likes to use his length, keep his opponents on the outside with straight shots, good kick and pressure. I think that Feely's actually also a good wrestler and grappler. I mean, he's been training out of Team Alpha Male for the longest time. Great at opportunistic takedowns as well and scramble as well. The thing I don't like about Feely is that he is hittable and he just really relies on his chin and durability as a defense, which has resulted in mixed results so thus far in the UFC. He is 7-5 in UFC decisions. He's 0-2 in subs, so he's been subbed twice. He is 4-2 in KOs though, so he's been finished by KO twice, and then he also has finished people four times by KO. Feely has a 69% takedown defense, but I don't know if that's going to matter too much here. I feel like Ige is going to try to make this a stand-up battle and not really a grappling battle. Um, yeah, I just think that Ige is a more durable and predictable fighter, and will follow his game plan. Touchy Feely, I know that he's coming off of a win, a pretty convincing, decisive win, but he is throughout his career is pretty inconsistent with his game plan. I feel like if he was just going to commit, if we knew that he was just going to commit to his wrestling and grappling, he would actually have a great chance at winning this fight and would make a pretty good underdog, in my opinion. But he's also just too chinny for my taste, and Ige has legit KO power, and I feel like the danger factor would just be there for Feely the whole night. And because I don't trust Feely to actually grapple, I just feel like Ige is gonna commit to the game plan and kind of stand and bang this guy. So I will give Feely some credit. I feel like Ige is probably gonna win this by decision, but I can see the KO. But I'll give him some credit and say decision. But I'm actually really confident in Dan Ige. I'm stuffing him in parlays. I feel like he's a pretty affordable option, actually, minus 163. So, what do you think about this fight between Touchy Feely and 50K here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm also really confident in Dan Ige as well here. I think that this fight is going to stay standing, and I just like Dan Ige striking more than Fili's. Uh, Fili Fili's game plan should be to grapple, but Fili doesn't like to grapple. Uh, so, I have a feeling it's going to stay standing. I'm pretty confident in that. Um, Obviously, Ige's boxing is very, very high level. The way he's able to close distance by lunging forward and stringing together combinations, it's really beautiful to watch. He keeps a very nice tight guard, and there's really no wasted movement with his style of fighting, in my opinion. And also extremely durable. He's never been submitted nor knocked out, and all of his losses have been via decision. With that said, though, I actually do really, really like Fili. I like the way he fights. It's pretty nice. He has a lot of swagger in the cage. But I think this fight is going to come down to the intangibles. And Dan Ige just strikes me as a person that takes fighting more seriously. Seems like he's more about that business. So give me Dan Ige uh, in this fight.
Yeah, yeah. A very, very affordable option for this card. So I want to add that again. I feel like this guy's going to be some of my parlays for sure.